Oh, and we are live and back again with some more X and Y. Normally, I would have gone straight to the Pokemon Conquest speedrun practice streams, then eventually Oras re-ranks, but we still have some member requests to get through. First up is going to be Excadrill. This is a member requested run by Il Stargetta. He used to be called N1 2015 on YouTube, then he changed his name to match his Discord account, which I'm thankful for. Yeah, he wants me to play Excadrill. I think Excadrill can place really, really good. The one disadvantage that I noticed when looking at its moveset, it starts with very mediocre moves, very low moves. Scratch, Mud Slap, then it gets Fury Swipes at 12, Metal Claw at 15, Dig at 19, which is okay. Then eventually it starts getting good moves. Once we get access to like Swords Dance, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and maybe Brick Breaker Return for coverage, this thing's going to be pretty good, but I don't know if this will get S tier. I mean, our speed stat still is not good for a Kalos playthrough, but hopefully we can outlevel our way past these problems. Wait, Excadrill gives... Oh, that's attack EVs. I thought that said special attack. We're buying Earthquake. Buying Earthquake. It says it's on Route 22. What are you talking about? Eel, I think you mixed up your words. Oh, you're buying Swords Dance. Ah, that's better. Yeah, that makes sense. Thankfully, there are some luxury balls in Sycamore's lab that I can sell for $2,000. Poison Jab for Ramos? Honestly, maybe. Where is it? Chaleur City Mart. You know, it might actually be worth it. I know Eel Stargetta actually made some notes for me. So I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to the overlay. I did download it, Dominic. It's not what I thought it was. It looks like a stream interface. It looks like OBS. I'll take a look at some tutorials on it, but it's definitely not looking like what I thought it was. Excadrill's so cool. Glad the Megagon exclusive animation for Drill Run at Champions. I wish I can like Mega Excadrill. Its ability is not that good. I mean, yeah, it has an ability that bypasses Protect, which I guess is good for doubles, but I think the original Excadrill had a far better ability in Sand Rush. The problem is, it's not able to utilize Sand Rush or Sand Force. Sand Force, by the way, not Sand Rush. Oh, thanks for... Yeah, I had a typo. Thanks for that. Well, Dominic, I didn't download any viruses, but I couldn't find any software. It was just people asking, hey, is this a virus? But anyway, let's take a look at these notes. Let's see, Sand Force for our ability. It helps versus Hippopotas with Metal Claw. Sand Force is the one that increases the power of Rock, Ground, and Steel moves. Yep, by 30%. Yep, that's what it is. I got it right. Hidden Power Dark, we're not using Hidden Power. Adamant Nature, Jolly is not outspeeding Hawlucha, and we will have enough speed thanks to Lucky Egg. So for TMs, we'll need Return, Swords Dance, Shadow Claw, optional Aerial Ace. I'm gonna... No, Dominic, don't do that. I can just look up tutorials. The imported thresholds are 12 for Viola, 33 for Karina. Ah, so we're using Fury Swipes for Viola then? Makes sense. And then 33 would be... I don't see Earthquake or anything. I'm assuming that's for damage rounding thresholds. Alright. Aerial Ace. I'm assuming Aerial Ace is for Ramos. I might swap that out for Poison Jab. We can buy that in Chaleur City. Alright, let's see. Items. Amulet Coin, Soothe Bell, Lucky Egg, Expert Bell. Okay, pretty much the same items I always grab every run. Well, I don't always grab Soothe Bell. But I'll definitely use it just to make sure I can get access to the Lucky Egg. Cybele could be a threat also. Maybe. Let's see. I'm going to read ahead on the first few sections here. Viola, we want Fury Swipes at level 12. Otherwise, Harden plus Infestation is going to be too much to handle. Teach Return, Swords Dance, Metal Claw, and Dig ASAP. Get Shadow Claw. Don't use the vitamins until you get the Soothe Bell for maximum friendship gains. I'll actually remember that, actually. That's something I never thought of. Well, then again, I would often, like, use the vitamins, like, last minute, but I'll try and think of that next time. Let's see. The actual problem Pokemon is Relicanth. Use Dwebble to get a Swords Dance. Alright, Karina. If you have below 200 friendship by the time you defeat Grant, you're forced to grab Aerial Ace. Okay. What's the strat for Karina? Need level 33 for her. She is similar to the gym trainers. One Swords Dance to sweep and return / Aerial Ace. Okay, so I'm assuming if you have below 200 friendship. So what I'm guessing is if our friendship is not high enough for Karina, we have to use Aerial Ace. Alright, I'll just remember that threshold, 200. Alright, I'd say let's get started now. Let me just make sure my controller configuration is set to the right generation. Yep, there we go. Yeah, but level 33 is very important in general. Okay. Alright, so we're not going to need a particular time of day. I'd say, oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. Didn't consider Cybold a threat? I don't think Cybold's going to be that much of a threat. Also, it's hard for me to know how to spell your name, so I copied and pasted it from Discord into PK Hex. For member-requested runs, I try to name the Pokemon after the member. Excadrill is not weak to grass. N5 sprite made Excadrill look so big, but it's actually tinier than you think. You know what else? It is a lot lighter than you think. You know how often in the past I would think of using Grass Knot for clay? His Excadrill is very light. Grass Knot does not do good damage on him. Water, fire, and fighting. Yeah, I think those are just the... Oh no, also ground. It's also weak to ground. I mean, ground types are kind of irrelevant in X and Y. I'm trying to think of where the major ground type fights are. Maybe just that one trainer in Victory Road with the Gigalith. I mean, water types, there's obviously Cybold. For fire types, we got Malva. And fighting types, Karina. Yeah, Karina is going to be a little difficult. Avoid the sock and throw trainer. Yeah, I'm going to avoid, what's her face? Hedvig. Probably Igor as well. Huh. I guess ground types can still get paralyzed with static. Not Karina, the other trainers are tougher than her. Well, the thing is, according to Eel's notes, we need level 33 for her And we'll need Aerial Ace if our friendship is not high enough for return. So, Eel, so what is the magic number? Like, how much friendship would I need at Karina for return to be better than Aerial Ace? Or maybe not better, but, like, it'll be acceptable. Yeah, I guess ground types can still get paralyzed through static. I'm more worried about Malva. I'm not too worried about Malva. We'll have access to Rock Slide and Earthquake. As long as we outspeed the Talonflame, we should be good. Which is kind of asking a lot. If anyone beats Hedvig, automatic S tier. Hey, I have Pokemon in the S tier that I've had to skip her. Look, Greninja is at the bottom of my S tier. And Greninja, I had to skip Hedvig because she's that hard. Also, you did spell, you almost spelled it right. It's H-E-D, no A in it. I'm gonna see, there's some more trainers here. It is a little concerning that I don't have Fury Swipes yet. Hold on, I'm gonna go back and fight this person real quick. Yeah, Fury Swipes would make this more consistent, but let's see if we can beat her anyway. Hey, Shadow. Okay, Viola's an idiot. She never once used Infestation. I think it's because I resist Bug. Old Breaker's better than Piercing Drill. Yeah, Piercing Drill is pretty much just a doubles-only ability. Because Protect is not that good in singles, but a lot of people use Protect in doubles. Also, I know there are X items here I can sell for money, but I don't know where they are. But there's a better idea. Inside of Sycamore's lab, I can get some luxury balls. They sell for more money. I'll just get those instead. Oh, I didn't know this guy had used his potions. What vitamins are we going to get? I'm not sure yet. I haven't gone far enough in the notes. Okay, what friendship would I need for Return to be better than Scratch? Are you looking forward to Mega Bayonet? No. No, I'm not. For some reason, Ike thinks it's a potential to get S tier. I have no idea how. The thing starts with bad moves. Even though we're giving it Gunk Shot at level 1. Because it's the egg move. It's still a poison type move. 103? Well, good enough for me. What ability are we going with? Dominic? Don't be dumb, dude. We're doing it in Crystal. Besides, I'm pretty sure all Megas can only have one ability. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a single Mega that has 2 abilities. Alright, Swords Dance. I liked using Speed Boost for Mega Sharpedo and Mega Scolipede. Yeah, Pokemon with Speed Boost is probably the one exception for wanting to use Protect. I'm gonna get the Quick Claw just in case. How would you feel if Mimikyu got a pre-evolution? Mimikyu does not need a final evolution. It's good enough as it is. So Eel, I'm assuming since we have Swords Dance, there's no need for Home Claws. I'm assuming so. So I'll go ahead and skip it. A pre-evolution? Okay, maybe a pre-evolution, but like, the only pre-evolution that would make sense would be like the Mimikyu without the skin on its head. Honestly, I think Mimikyu's fine the way it is. Dang it. Okay, do we need a berry for Grant? I don't think so. Metal Claw, get rid of Fury Swipes. And I'll get Dig at level 19. Alright, so I don't think we're going to need a Cherry or Chesto Berry, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that guy. Yeah, Thunder Wave cannot paralyze a ground type, because it's immune to electric moves, but the ability Static can still paralyze it. Are you using Discharge on Lightning Rod Raichu? You mean Mega Raichu Y? Mega Raichu Y, I'm using Zap Cannon. If you're talking about champions. I need to look up if there's any other useful items in here. I mean, but we only backport abilities in our Gen 2 backports if they affect either the stats or the power of moves. Like, for example, when we eventually get to Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, I will make custom versions of the ROM where there is going to be permanent weather. Not just permanent weather, but I'm also going to modify all water-type moves to do no damage. And vice versa for the other game. Will they get their signature moves? Yep. I mean, we don't have any plans to do them right now, but eventually we'll have to. Also, you know what I noticed with Mega Excadrill? They gave it 10 extra points to its special attack. Why? That is literally wasted. They could have given that to its speed stat. Will Mega Rayquaza get the resistances? Here's a serious question, though. Does Delta Stream remove the weaknesses of all flying types on the field, or just Rayquaza? Because if it's all flying types in battle, I can just modify the type table. What's my friendship? 148. Hey, Shadow Stitch. Yes, all flying types. Oh, that'll make it easy then. I'll just modify the type chart. I'll just make it so flying has no weaknesses. Hey, Shadow, you know Scott just released his, Pokemon Black Maractus video today? Everyone's beating you on it. You gotta be the first one to do Maractus. You don't want to be known as the third guy to have ever done it. How'd I get paralyzed? Static. Already did. Oh. Well, Shadow, remember when I kept doing that joke to you? I'm like, hey, Shadow, Madrybread's done Maractus. You better hurry. And you kept getting annoyed at it. It's been a long time since I've ever done that joke. And then I did my re-rank and got sub 110. Nice. Ooh, Bagon. You think I'll get the 1% Salamence? Dude, I don't know why I keep thinking I have Repels. Mega Glamora's attack stat went up 35, while its special attack only got 20. Yeah, that's just bad stat spread. No, Masters. It'll be next week I do Deoxys, okay? Don't get too excited. Who's worse, Alder or Gita? I would say Alder. Like, Gita's Pokemon are good, she just uses them in a bad order. Like, King Gambit and Glamora are very good Pokemon in battles, she just uses them badly. Literally in the DLC, when you create that little school-wide tournament, she actually does use her Pokemon in the proper order, and when she uses them in the proper order, she then becomes difficult. Masters, there have been plenty of times in the past you freaked out over Deoxys' music playing. I know I'll never be as popular as basically anyone else that does any of these solo runs, but I can still be better. Well, that's the goal, ain't it? I mean, Shadow, if you just keep making videos the way you like them, eventually you'll grow a decent following. I mean, you already do have a decent following, right? Dig. There we go. Who would win, Cynthia versus Diantha? No Megas. I mean, Diantha does have some okay Pokemon, but hold on, what version of Cynthia? Are we doing her well-recognized Platinum team or her Diamond and Pearl team? Because her Diamond and Pearl team has Gastrodon instead of Togekiss. Can I just do either or? I mean, they're both good Pokemon. You've got to be kidding. Come on, win the fight, win the fight. Oh, dude. That was close. Didn't I have a run recently where I died and then Caitlyn completely threw the fight? That happened recently. Platinum Cynthia? I don't know who would win that one. Uh... Honestly, I'd say Cynthia. Lucario and Garchomp are just that good. Or you know what? How about her BDSP team? I feel like that one's kind of cheating. And not really. I got a lot of kind of useless stuff for my ROM hack trader. Those people will very likely never click my other videos. It actually works against me. So oddly enough, Shadow, I kind of thought it'd be the opposite. I actually thought it would help. But I guess it didn't. How is she cheating? She has fully maxed out EVs, IVs, and competitive movesets and held items. They literally took the original Cynthia and put her on steroids. Volo for Cynthia. Volo if we're counting his 8 Pokemon. Plus 5 friendship. Okay. Are we counting his Giratina and his second Giratina? Alright, so Eel suggested do not use the vitamins until I get the Soothe Bell first, so I can get the most amount of friendship out of it. Bone Claws, no thank you. If this was black and white, or black 2 and white 2, I would 100% use Hone Claws, because Swords Dance is pretty much unobtainable in all Gen 5 games. Why they give origin forms? I think it's because they're trying to imitate Arceus. Okay, unfortunately, my friendship is only 188, so there is a chance I may need to get Aerial Ace anyway. It also gets it by level up anyway. Oh, right. Right. Forgot about that. I mean, to be fair, it is level 42. So I guess in Gen 5, I would just use both. I mean, Giratina was the first one to get an origin form. Alright, 196 friendship. I think Eel said I need like 236 friendship, but honestly, I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and just go get Aerial Ace. The reason I hate getting Aerial Ace is because I gotta withdraw my HM users early. Just to immediately deposit them again. Oh, I forgot to get Rock Smash. Whoops. I'll just deposit them in the next town. You just use Home Claws until you get Swords Dance. Yeah, that's what I meant. Alright, I'm not going to use a repel in this grass because this grass, most of the Pokemon here give very good XP yields despite being wild Pokemon. There's like Hawluchas, Houndours, Golets, Sigilyphs. A lot of really good options here. Slash, no thank you. Why do you need to deposit them? There's a bunch of double battles inside of the next cave. I would rather not do the double battles. There's how many of them are there? I think there's just one. There's one mandatory double battle in there. And I don't want to do the double battle. It's one with a Combee and a Vespiquen. Plus, if I accidentally black out to one of those trainers, which Reflection Cave is filled with tons of strong trainers. So the chance of me blacking out is actually kind of high. So just in case it happens, I don't want HM users. Who's older, AZ or Bolo? I would not know the answer to that question. We don't know how many years in the past Ancient Hisui is, unless it's revealed in game, which I don't think it ever was. Oh, better go deposit them again. Oh yeah, this right here is also technically a double battle, but they are optional. Like, if you can avoid them, you can, like, walk behind them, but I like to just rush straight in there. I think it's only like a couple hundred years. If it is only a couple hundred years, then definitely AZ would be older. Hey, look, we actually get to oh, I was going to say we get to one-shot that thing for once, but no. Even a super effective stab Metal Claw cannot one-shot a Grand Bull. Man, this is really great moveset synergy. Return, Dig, and Metal Claw. Hey, Shadow, you want to know something funny? You know what the move Flash does in X and Y? There are no caves in X and Y where it's dark. You know what it does? Rock Slide. Yes. I think I might want to get rid of Return here. Honestly, do I even want Rock Slide? I'm not really seeing it. You know what? I'm going to skip it. I don't see any mention of Rock Slide in the notes. And I really can't think of where it would help. And besides, I think Aerial Ace will be better coverage. Oops. Yeah, there's the double battle. Like Sweet Scent while in a cave? No, I don't have a Pokemon. Yeah. It used Revenge. Ah, crud. I'm gonna skip that guy. Oh no, what it does, Shadow, is it actually pans out the camera. That's what using Flash in a cave does. Just notice this guy doesn't get Rock Slide but level up anymore. I mean, does an X and Y. When did they get rid of it? Gen 7? Gen 8? Soothe Bell? Right. Okay, I'll get it after this fight. I like Origin, Dialga, and Palkia. They're meant to imitate Arceus. Unsuccessfully. Excadrill, no thank you. Alright, we're at 224 friendship. Soothe Bell. Dude, I gotta stop using these repels. Alright, I gotta be careful. That Heracross has counter. I hate how the Soothe Bell is freaking useless to get in Gen 5. Yeah, it's useless to get because of how late you get it. Okay, I stopped using the repels. Only +2 is needed. I was just trying to be extra safe. Alright, I guess since I'm holding the Soothe Bell, I'll go ahead and use these vitamins here. Probably use a PP up on return. Okay, I'm at 238 friendship. So, Eel, does this mean I don't need to use Aerial Ace for Karina? You already have to have a Mon with max friendship. Dude. The guy's like, hey, you got a Pokemon with max friendship. Great job. Here's an item to get a Pokemon with max friendship. Oh, there you are. I hate this gym. Okay, I think return sweep this right away. Oh, I just got a speed drop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, we're doomed. He knocked off my Soothe Bell. Alright. I mean, I guess I grabbed Aerial Ace for nothing, but who knows, it might help later. Alright, so just one Swords Dance and Sweep. Dude, I'm so close to 33 as well. I mean, it wouldn't be bad for Mons that start with low friendship. You get it in Nimbasa City. Makes sense. You know, I have no idea why I healed up. I'm not even using Excadrill in the next fight. But yeah, I guess I don't really need Poison Jab for Ramos because we get Aerial Ace, so I'll just do that instead. Looking back at this, if I knew I wasn't going to need Aerial Ace for Karina, I would have avoided getting it entirely and just purchased Poison Jab for Ramos. Dude, that was one of the lowest ranges I've ever seen on Power Up Punch. From what Eel has told me, return is only just as good when you reach a particular friendship value. If your friendship is too low, then I guess stuff starts to live ranges. My guess. Oh, you mean for Ramos with Poison Jab? Probably, yeah. I mean, his lead Jump Pluff. His Jump Pluff is only really good for using Acrobatics and Leech Seed, so it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Shimada random Mega Evolution against Karina. That would be hilarious. Alright, we're not going to need Attract. Just SD go Burr. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some fights where we want Aerial Ace. Oh, 250. Teach a TM. Teach a TM. Alright, I'm going to teach over Return for now. Wait, what? Hey guys, does teaching TMs not give friendship anymore? I did not gain any friendship from teaching that TM. I'm 5 friendships short on the Lucky Egg, so I'm going to have to wait a bit on that. Indeed. Oh, so teaching TMs doesn't give friendship anymore? I know at one point it did. I know in Gen 2, I would often, like, teach the punches early just to get return. When did they quit doing that? Metal Claw? No, it's not like it's that useful. Maybe I could have gotten rid of Metal Claw. Let me read up on the next section of the notes here. Skip Attract and Leftovers. We're teaching Earthquake over Dig and equipping the egg as soon as you can. Okay, I need to stop fighting this guy. Oh, so looking at these notes, I probably could have taught Rock Slide over Metal Claw. But it's not that really big of a deal, honestly. It would just be good against Golbats. Also, why do you still have Metal Rock Slide? Eel, your notes never mentioned when to teach Rock Slide. If there's a move I'm going to get by level up, write in the notes, like, teach the move. I was literally looking at the notes saying, huh, is there any mention of Rock Slide? And I couldn't find anything. Alright, I'm going to teach Return back. You still have one of those drill burrs on my sword save? I never got one of those. I didn't even know it was a thing. Uh-oh, I've been seated. Oh, interesting. Leech Seed does not take into effect on turns you knock something out. Good to know. It's in the Karina section. I think maybe the reason I didn't see it was because I got the move too early. No, that couldn't be it. Let me look. Pause. I'm reading this to prove you wrong. Oh, it does say that. Never mind then. I am, To be fair, though, I was trying to read it and I couldn't find it. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal, though, honestly. I mean, if I need rock coverage that bad, I can always teach Rock Tomb. Okay, egg. Oh, hold up. We need Rock Slide by the tutor. That's a 20-second detour. Oh, so you're saying we absolutely do need it? Okay, in that case, did I pick up a heart scale? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Well, Eel, I'm guessing Rock Slide would... wouldn't Rock Tomb be an equivalent substitute? Because it's only 15 power weaker. Could Rock Tomb not work? Like, if we're using Rock Slide on Malva, for instance, and we need Rock Slide for her, couldn't one Rock Tomb work as well? Because remember, this ain't the 50 power Rock Tomb. It's 60 power. Okay, I need to put Earthquake in slot 3. I do not want it in slot 4. There we go, that's better. If you're just using it on the burb, it should be fine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if it's... Like, we got Earthquake for all the non-flying fire types. I miss when you can move a move during a battle. Yeah, same here. It's weird. The generation that removed it was the one where they had the moves on the touchscreen. I think maybe the reason they got rid of it was because they didn't want players to, like, accidentally, like, tap the screen for too long and move moves around. They probably didn't want to code that in, so they just removed it. That's my guess. Plus, isn't Rockslide and Rock Tomb useless against Lysander's Mega Gyarados, but good against regular Gyarados? Pretty much. Yeah, this is definitely going to get a good placement for sure. Apparently, Rock Slide is good enough for... You mean Rock Tomb, right? I mean Rock Tomb. Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, so that'll work too. I mean, Mega Gyarados, we can just use Brick Break or Earthquake. Not that big of a deal, Dominic. Oh, right, I forgot Rock Smash. Well, I'm just gonna have to skip a candy. Whoops. Fissure? You're funny. I mean, jokes aside, though, I do wish I could use some of those, one-hit KO moves. But unfortunately, it's not going to really work out for me that well because it's going to hog up the moveset. Fissure's not a bad move, it's just inaccurate. And besides, I don't think we're going to have Fissure for Lysander. Like, I think a Pokemon for the medium fast group. Trying to think here. What was the last Pokemon I played? Genesect. That's slow group. Normally, like, low 60s is when I would start using my candies. I'm not even sure I'll have Fissure for that Lysander fight. Also, I think I'm going to skip the Lumiose Tower Trainers. I think I'm going to skip them. Okamus are pretty much almost always bad. They're kind of treated as a desperate option. Well, Shadow, here's an interesting question. Why is Ting Lu with Fissure a popular strategy? I guess I'll need to scroll down in these notes here. Okay, I guess that's like maybe a level or so that I missed out on. I can just fight trainers elsewhere. Because here's the main problem with the Lumiose Tower trainers. Every single time you beat them, you have to enter the elevator and play that failed animation. I generally only like fighting them with Pokemon that aren't that great. Okay, let's, I know I need the Expert Belt. All right, Valerie, Expert Belt Protein. Okay, pretty much nothing new for the Valerie section. Just buy Carbos and Protein. Olympia, let's see. No, Shadow. I'm not going to play Pal World. I just don't want to. It has nothing to do with all those stupid lawsuits and all that drama. I'm not interested. I'm a very narrow-minded person. Do you know how hard it is for me to get to play a new series? Not like a new series, like try out a new game series. Like even just casually, it's very, very hard to convince me. Dude, I hate this trainer. Can't this trainer have a good Pokemon? In Shadow, the fact you used that winking emoji, that means you knew what my answer was going to be. And besides, I'm still in the middle of casually finishing Kirby in the Forgotten Land right now. Also, I have no idea how many hidden Waddle Dees are in that game, but I've rescued about 180 of them, and I'm only 32% complete in my save file. Keep that protein. I better use that protein before I forget. Alright, let's see. I'm going to need 3 protein, 3 carbos. That's pretty much it. And full restores. Eel, I at least saw that in the notes. Oh, I need an escape rope. Vitamin if the day. Oh, wrong way. I just pretty much consider this person mandatory at this point. Not even gonna say for Valerie's a joke. Alright, I don't really see anything new in the Olympia section. All I see in here is fight the second Ace Trainer in Frost Cavern. There are actually plenty of good trainers in Frost Cavern. I should consider fighting them. But then again, I don't know what they have. I've had resets at those people before. The first ace trainer leads with a Raichu. Okay, yeah, that guy I know. I've encountered him by accident. I know there's also a hiker in there. There's also a black belt and a battle girl. And then there's the guy with all the self-destructing gravelers. Alright, here's Brion and Celestia? Celosia, not Celestia, Celosia. I'll eventually remember these names. You know what irritates me? You guys know on that bottom screen, there's occasionally all those pop-ups that are like, hey, you want to try out the PSS? Every time that pops up, and I try to press the start button, you kind of have to press the start button again in order for it to go away. It's so annoying. That was the reason I encountered that trainer. You know what, though? I kind of need some XP anyway, so, you know, I'll just take it. Whatever. Thankfully, that sword does not have levitate. Yeah, this place would be way better to do trainers at, but the problem is these trainers can be kind of hard. I should probably use an ether. Ow. Yeah, that's probably enough trainers as well. Hey, Shadow, you want to know a fun fact? See this Houndoom? It's level 48. Remember that. Yeah, the reason I need the escape rope is for here. I meant... Oh my god. Shadow Trade. I didn't know you were still watching. I was referring to Shadow Stitch. Oh my god, dude. It confuses me when you're both here at the same time. Unless Shadow Stitch already left. I know you meant Stitch. You literally said, oh, I know. You're covering your own butt. I'd teach Rock Tomb now, needed for Sigalith. Yeah, you're probably right. I think I can probably get rid of Aerial Ace. Ow. I did save, right? I don't think I saved. I do not believe I did, no. Just call me Stitch. Okay, I'll try to remember that. I called... You know what? I'll just call you Shadow the Hedgehog. How about that? I did save? I don't trust you. I don't trust myself. Sure, why not? Yeah, Shadow Stitch. In between the 2 times you fight Mabel, her Houndoom actually goes down 2 levels. In the first fight, it's level 48. In the second fight, it's level 46. Could have 1, but 5 works too. How about I call you Mr. Plays? Because clearly Plays is your last name, right? Alright, watch. That Sigilyph turn 1 is going to go for Reflect. Watch. See, she always knows what screen to use. If I use a special attacker, she will go for Light Screen turn 1. Only if you emphasize it with a Z. Okay, Mr. Plays. How about that? This should be around the same time as Delphox. Delphox would be 2nd place in the tier list. I mean, that was a pretty bad blackout I had to do. But even Delphox had resets. Perfection. It's perfect. Oh, I better read ahead on the flare section. Candida level 55 before facing the first Scrafty to get a guaranteed knockout. Do not grab the flare candy, it's too slow. List of recommended moves, yeah, yada yada. Let's see. I'm gonna re-rank Excadrill now. Wish me luck. Only if you wish me luck with Excadrill first. Bitch, please, Excadrill doesn't need luck. You just need to not be a ship pilot. Okay, good point. 80 seconds ahead of Delphox right now. You know what? That's great, actually. Hey, Dominic, how upset and pissed off would you be? Oh, I don't need that candy. How upset would you be, Dominic, if this outperformed Mienshao? Who is first place on the tier list? Mienshao. Mienshao is... I'll look at its time during story time. Let's see. Mienshao's time is a 1:23:12. I predict a 1:25. I think it can actually beat Mienshao. I think it can. Oh, you can actually talk to the button from the side. Good to know. The end. Seriously, I like all those houses just toppling over. Like, you can literally see the wooden underneaths. Remember to fully heal. Okay. Hey, Dominic, did you hear my question earlier? I asked you, how would you feel if Excadrill beat out Mienshao on first place in the tier list? Excadrill better not. Alright, one Swords Dance. That was a critical hit. First reset. Critical hit, high jump kick. Eels literally said you barely survived, so I think that crit mattered. Let me see, Lysander 2. You barely survive at level 59 plus. Okay, it's Swords Dance. Fissure. Sadly, we're not going Fissure today. Okay, thankfully that Scrafty did not go for high jump kick on me. That would have actually been bad. Honestly, Masters, Deoxys, my opinion, isn't going to do well because, excuse me, because of the slow level up group. Pokemon in the slow group pretty much never do good. Unless they've got legendary tier stats, which the Deoxys forms do have legendary tier stats, but I don't think it's spread in a way that's good. Like, the normal base form Deoxys is extraordinarily, like, paper thin. Like, way thinner than the attack form. Can't you just kill Xerneas and not catch it? No, you actually have to catch it. You know, I just realized that final admin right there had a level 48 Pokemon. It was the same exact level as Mabel's first Houndoom. They really did not think of the level curve that well. You know, oddly enough, just because of the fact he saves Gyarados for last to Mega Evolve it, I think his first and second fights are actually harder. Because for some Pokemon, he can actually send out Gyarados early and activate Intimidate for the rest of his team. But in the final fight, he always saves it for last. Who used their Mass Ball on ZA? I haven't. I did. I actually used it on Mewtwo. I don't think I've had Rock Tomb miss once today. I mean, I haven't used it that many times. Alright, let's see. Friends. I don't think I need to use the rare candies for the friends. I think just use Charm after I use the Swords Dance. Dominic, why do you keep cheering against me? You just don't want Mienshao to lose first place, do you? Eel, when should I use the candies? You need to use them before Wolfric. Okay, thank you. Dominic, I'm never gonna do XY re-rank streams again after this. The reason I'm doing XY re-rank streams is because my skill with my play skill in X and Y is extremely bad. It has not been able to keep up with the other games because I haven't done X and Y as many times. So I'm doing the re-ranks to get my skill, like, on par with the other games I play. The only other game where I feel like this is the case for me is Omega Ruby. Omega Ruby is actually the lowest completed tier list that I have. I've only done 16 runs. 16 Pokemon. That's it. Is Oras getting re-ranks? Yes. Not until after probably after PSR 2026 is done, because until then, I'm going to be doing practice streams of Pokemon Conquest. Candy now? Oh. I wasn't supposed to do that yet. Okay, now I need to use the candies. I'm surprised Shadow Trade didn't request Mewtwo. I mean, it has been a while, but honestly, I'm doing so many member requests right now. If Shadow does want to request one, it'll probably have to wait for Oras. Candies. Yep. Well, Shadow, what Dominic means is members technically get multiple requests. I can do another request if I feel like it's been a while. But I know it was pretty somewhat recent, like within the last few months, I played Girafarig in Sapphire. So I think you're still good on that for now. You know, do you guys know how to get Reshiram, Zekrom, and Oras? You actually have to grind a Pokemon to level 100. I actually did that. Hey, the XY Pokemon League. You know, the first Pokemon I've ever grinded to 100 is, it was actually the Deoxys you get in Oras. Actually, it was either the Deoxys you get in Oras, or it was my starter Blaziken. I still have that starter Blaziken. It was one of those two. Also, this is what happens when you forget Rock Smash. You have to fight this guy. Okay, I better heal. There's a very high chance I encounter that, Espeon trainer. Oh my god, I actually dodged him. We no longer need the egg. Yeah, probably. I'll probably equip the expert belt. What's my speed? 195. Oh, whoops. I actually outspeed everything in the game now. Holy crap, that was close. What was Mienshau's final time? 1:23. Actually, I might need to teach, what's it called? I might need to teach Shadow Claw over Rock Tomb coming up for Trevenant. Over Return? I mean, would Rock Smash help? Eh. Probably not. Hey, Sand Rush. Nice. Dude, this thing is destroying everything. Yeah, Dominic, it was getting a little annoying. Alright, let's start with Malva. Let's see, Malva and Cybold are almost free. Wickstrom would rather be level 78, and Drosna would rather have Expert Belt. Oh, Rock Tomb. Alright, I don't think it's worth using up any setup here. Nice. One shot the Torkoal. Cybold, Earthquake on everything. Gyarados, Swords Dance into Rock Slide. Mienshao is not going to be leaving the S tier. Extraordinarily unlikely. Like, essentially, like, 10 other Pokemon would have to get a better time than it for it to get booted from the S tier. Besides, my S tier is sub 130. I would have to change my definition of S tier for that to happen. You know, I think if it weren't for those 2 blackouts and 1 reset, this thing theoretically could have gotten sub 120. Which would probably be a god tier time. That would be an absolute god tier time. I mean, Dominic, I was only really going to do it in X and Y anyway. Dude, why is Wickstrom's cutscene trigger so far away from him? Torment. I didn't save. I gotta fight Drosna again. Seriously, I don't know why Wickstrom is the only Elite Four member where the trigger is so far away from him. So annoying, dude. Okay, save on the pedestal. Get rid of that right away. There we go, that's better. This thing will still beat me in Chow at the end of the day. Shadow Claw. See Diantha. Yeah, Shadow Claw. I don't really need a rock move. I mean, Dominic, it's still fun to do. There's a guy in Scott's Discord who does first stage playthroughs in Heart Gold on original hardware. Oh shit, that was my last earthquake. Never punished. Never punished. I only needed one anyway. 122.13. A new first place. Dude. That was really good. It was just fortunate that with how good Excadrill's attack is, it was able to afford running Rock Tomb instead of Rock Slide, so I could cover my mistake that I made. But yeah, it's still pretty dumb that Wickstrom's cutscene trigger is basically as soon as you get off that platform. All the other ones, you got to be right in front of them. It's so annoying. That was the reason I got that reset, because I wasn't prepared for it. You could be saying, well, you should have just used Earthquake turn 1 to prevent Torment. It doesn't matter. That Klefki has Prankster. If it wanted to, it could torment me anyway. You'll still be undefeated in Gen 5. Oh my god, Dominic. It's still second place. June 29th, 2026? Oh no, that's me and Xiao. Alright, new Pokemon. Excadrill. With a real time of 1:22:13. Level 82 with 2 resets and 2 blackouts. I'm gonna have to speed up this game and figure out what the game time is. Yeah, this Pokemon did way better than I thought. I actually thought it was going to get A tier because its starting moveset wasn't that great. But as soon as we unlocked access to better moves, it did really good. Yeah, the Omega Ruby re-ranks aren't going to come until after PSR 2026 is done. $5.28. PSR, Pokemon speedrun. I'm running Pokemon Conquest any % passwords for Pokemon Speedrun 2026 Marathon. I'll be doing a run along with a bunch of other Pokemon speedrunners that are going to be doing their own runs. Without the Wickstrom blackout, it could have gone further beyond. But yeah, the blackout to the rival in front of Olympia's gym, and there was also the blackout to that random person in Reflection Cave. I wish you'll do a solo rank of AZ's Fluid. I will be. With Excadrill done, I just have 3 playthroughs left of X before I quit playing it for a while. Obviously. Exploud, Deoxys, and AZ's Floette. Anyway, if we take a look at the tier list, first place overall, it got 59 seconds faster than Mienshao. 59 seconds. And it way outperformed everything else in the S tier. Honestly, if I can get more Pokemon in the sub 125 range, I might actually move my S tier. Maybe. When does the Conquest stuff end? Let me look at when PSR 2026 starts. Let's see. Yeah, this right here is the schedule. It's going to start on Friday, August 14th. It'll start with a catch-em-all, red and blue catch-em-all. I don't know if I'll be allowed to share this or not, but whatever. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Saturday, August 15th at that is my time, so 7:23 p.m. Eastern. It'll be right after someone doing a Super Mario Mon, and then right after me, someone's going to be doing Ultra Moon with Poplio as the starter. Do people not run Ultra Moon? They must use like a different Pokemon. You know what's funny, Eel? I'm gonna show these results to Shadow, and he'll be like, "See, I told you it was good." What other good runs are there? Bill 7's gonna be doing Ranger Shadows of Alnia. Wamis DS is going to be doing new Pokemon Snap, all Pokemon. Any percent glitchless blindfolded by Shifty. They use Holucha. Cha the Holucha. Ah, okay. Heart Gold Soul Silver Manipulus. Celia Stupid ROM Hack. Top percent. You know, I don't know why they accepted speedruns of ROM hacks, but it's not my decision. I bought new Pokemon Snap at one point, but I never opened it. I actually traded it back into GameStop to contribute to my Switch 2. I realized I didn't like the original Pokemon Snap that much. Like, I think I might have just wasted my money getting it. I just had no interest in playing it. Japanese game? I have no idea what this is. What is this? Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, find the Pokemon, a big adventure in the maze. What the hell is this? Is this some, like, PC game or something? It's a Japanese edutainment puzzle book. What in the flip is this? What is this? Dude, Bulbapedia's like, I ain't got nothing on this. Platform, the Advanced Pico Bina. This isn't even a real video game, is it? It is a console. They're book-shaped. Each time a player turns the page of the cartridge, Screen changes to reflect the image shown. The mystery dungeon at home. Dude, that is... I've got to watch that, dude. That is just... That's something. Oh, man. Poke Park Wii Pikachu's Adventure. Gold version. Ooh, someone's going to be running the Flying Krabby. Ruby and Sapphire co-op complete the decks. Or that's Pinball. Ranger Shadows of Almia capture Drapion. Okay, some pretty interesting categories. They didn't repeat the same game twice. Oh wait, no, never mind, they did. But to be fair, that guy's doing blindfolded, so... Oh guys, you guys have to watch Catch 'em All in Red and Blue. That run is filled with so many glitches, it's insane. But yeah, anyway, thank you all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow. We'll be playing Mega Bayonet in Crystal. I will see you all then.